All right. So I'll just show you the key here. Sorry about the small writing there, but the first one really, there wasn't the best, like a right or wrong answer as long as you justified it. So if you said independent, whether the first shot is missed or not, it doesn't affect the possible outcome for the second shot, so that you can still score the second one regardless of what happened to the first one. But if you went dependent, you could say that missing the first shot can affect a player's state of mind, making it more likely to miss the second one. Then definitely you would say in that scenario they're dependent, right? So it's just seeing, do you know what the difference is? So if you feel like you got it, I did give you a heads up, right, in the brackets there. Okay, next. Fishing, right? Finds that on cloudy days there's a 75% chance of hooking a fish, but if it's sunny there's only a 50% chance. Over time, he's fishing where over the time he's fishing. That's a typo. I didn't make this one, so I can take on this one. I can take full. I can wash my hands on this one. Anyways, it's cloudy 60% of the time where one is fishing. So you start with cloudy or not cloudy. I don't care which letters you use, just make sure they make sense. And you know what? It's probably a good idea to say C is cloudy, right? And F is catching a fish. That is probably your best, because obviously when there's a bar over top, that means not, right? So then you've clearly identified what the variables represent. And so cloudy, not cloudy. So if it's 60% chance of being cloudy, 40% chance of sunny, right? Or not cloudy. So if it's cloudy, there's a 75% chance of catching, therefore 25 not. And if it's not cloudy, so sunny, there's a 50-50, basically. And then when I want you to have all of these at the end here. So I will give you 1 mark for having all of these products, basically, the probabilities there. I'll give you 1 mark for having done this one correctly. And I'll give you 1 mark for having done the first one correctly. But the province would only give you 2 marks here. Okay, that's important to note. So do you basically get 1 or 2? Basically, that's your only option there. And then so obviously if you made a mistake at the end here, let's say all of these numbers are right, but you get one of these wrong. If you show us the work, you would only lose half a mark. Like if we can clearly see that the numbers are right, you're somehow off. But I would always say check to make sure this adds up to 1, right? Before you move on. It saves you that half mark that you could lose there. This does add up to 1. So what's the overall probability of catching a fish? I would add this one and this one, right? So I show the 2 numbers that I'm adding. So if you got these ones wrong, but I see you adding those 2, you get the mark for this part right here. Okay? So catching a fish is 0.65, and if the province doesn't specify, decimal is fine. Okay? If you want to turn it into a percentage, go for it. And then the bonus, I'm asking for what's the probability of catching a fish given that it was cloudy. Probability of cloudy, I did that on the side here. How do I add up cloudy? Well, if you think about it, the only cloudy events are down this branch. So both of these outcomes involve cloudy skies. Okay? So I need to add up these 2 to get my probability of it being cloudy, and it ends up being 0.6, which it was anyways. Cloudy and a fish, the only option is at the very top. Cloudy and fish is way at the top here. And so I put those numbers down. I divide both sides by 0.6, I get 75%. If you have all of this, you get 2 marks bonus. If you have it partially filled in, I give you 1 out of 2. If you did anything, how about we give you half today, just to be nice, okay? If you give it a try, you get something there. We good?